I just want to make sure that everybody knew that this happened. Former Doge engineer says federal waste and fraud were relatively non-existent. This is an article that came out in the beginning of June, and I haven't seen that many people talk about it. To go deeper, a former employee of the Department of Government Efficiency says that he found that the federal waste, fraud, and abuse that his agency was supposed to uncover were relatively non-existent during his short time embedded with the Department of Veterans Affairs. I personally was pretty surprised, actually, at how efficient the government was his statement. And this isn't one of the typical Doge employees. This isn't like frat boy reject edgelord who thinks the only place to get real information is Twitter and 4chan. No, this guy was a successful software developer and the founder of Gumroad, a platform for online sales. When he joined Doge in March, he said he had previously sought to work with the U.S. Digital Service, the technology unit that was renamed and restructured by the Trump administration. He told NPR that he just wanted to make the government website easier for citizens to use and didn't really care what presidential administration he was working for, despite protests from his friends and family. He went on to say he liked it at first because the overall message at Doge was transparency and a vibe of ask for forgiveness, not permission, which has led to some of the problems, I think, but okay. So when a blogger asked for an interview about Gumroad, he agreed. And when asked, he talked about his work at Doge, including how little inefficiency he saw compared to what he was expecting. He was being honest. He was being transparent. Elon was pretty clear about how he wanted Doge to be maximally transparent. That's something he said a lot in private and publicly. And so I thought, okay, cool. I'll take him at his word. I'll be transparent. Shortly after the interview was published online, he got an email just 55 days into his work that his access had been revoked. Because apparently be transparent is only when you're saying stuff that makes us look good and makes us look correct. Because if it isn't what we said it was, that's not good for us. And again, I don't see that many people talking about this, and that's bullshit. Because when Elon came out making claims about what they were going to do, every news outlet carried that. When he started making claims about what they had done, they all carried it. Despite the fact that, he would say, oh, we saved $6.5 million by canceling this contract that was $6.5 million. But then people looked at it and said, okay, but 90% of that had already been paid for that research. So really you saved $400,000 or $500,000. And in a weird way, you didn't save it all. You made us lose more money because now the research can't be completed. And you were, in poker terms, you were pot committed. You had so much out there already, it made more sense to give the last amount and actually receive something from the spending than to kill it and have that money literally just flush down the drain. But that's what they did in the name of efficiency. And as this guy pointed out, the fraud and waste was relatively non-existent, which means Doge itself was inefficient, it was wasteful, and I could argue that it dismantled or crippled a bunch of programs and services within the government just by being there and fucking up their shit. Are we feeling great again yet?